Good afternoon. Today, I'm on location at Geary State Fishing Lake. I'm at the spillway area. It's a well-traveled area. A lot of people come here. The spillway is built. It was cut through the Florence limestone member. I'm getting this poured so I can give it a little talk, and then we can let it rest just for a minute before we start in on it. Hopefully that stays. Anyway, we're in the Paleozoic area, the Permian system, Chase group, Barnston member, and then the Barnston Formation, and then we are in the Florence member. The Florence member, the Barnston Formation is upper, lower limestone, and the Ocata shell in between. It has the Fort Riley limestone upper and the Florence limestone lower. We know we're in the Florence limestone because we have a lot of chert and fossils, which is absent from the Fort Riley member. And here's an example for you guys of the chert. I went up there and knocked it off myself. And this is an SiO2, which is a silicate replacement of the chert. It's much harder than the gray rock or the tan rock around it. So if we take the tan rock, let's get away so we don't break anything. It breaks off very easily. When you hit the chert like this, you usually get it, well, that broke off, but usually it doesn't. It's breaking off at the adhesion line between the chert and the limestone itself. The chert itself is very brittle. It gives you that chert smell. When you was a kid and you hammered two chert rocks together, it gives you that smell. And you can see the conchoidal fracture, and that always tells you that's chert. Chert can have accessory minerals coloring it. In this case, it's gray. I don't know which minerals that will be. It can be a variety of minerals. If you see red, them little red hard chert rocks you see in the bottom of some creeks, especially in the Mississippian, out in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, and into Arkansas and Missouri, that's iron stained in it. Excuse the burp. Anyway, that's the chert section of it. We also have a lot of, there's your iron staining right there within the limestone itself, and we have a lot of holes and vesicles in that rock. And as a petroleum geologist, that's what we look for. That's our reservoir for our rock, where it's subaerially exposed. It allows meteoric water to flow through it. Then it gets re-inundated. More erosional factors, more compaction, because the Permian is the Permian extinction. That's an unconformity. And on top of that unconformity, then we go into the Mesozoic. Excuse me, I had a brain fart. We go into the Mesozoic, which is your Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. So anyway, that's our reservoir we look for when we look for oil in these rocks. And it's easy. Sometimes you can find it out here, and it's pretty fun to find it up on there. If you could get a closer look, which I'm not going to climb up there, it's kind of dangerous, but up on that upper edge, there's a lot of vugular and vesicles exposed. All right, let's get down to the Scotch. It's Buchanan's. It's an old name. When he was a child, he was born in Canada. Their family moved back to England. He worked for a while as a grocer, came up with his own blend. His started being used in the royal houses. It's 40% alcohol by volume. I think it was Queen Victoria put an order for it in 1901. Don't quote me on these dates. It's been too long since I've read it. But anyway, and he was known for his philanthropy, and he was given a lordship. When I first bought it, I didn't like it. I opened the bottle. I thought, what did I get? Because it was real sour. But it has developed since then. Golden amber, so we're going to assume it's colored and chill filtered. Orange peel. Orange peel, real grassy note, hay grassy note. It's not like the fresh cut grass, more of like a hayfield note. A malty component to it, apples, and it's got a savory odor to it. A savory sort of herbal note to it. It has a very good nose. I've liked the bottle. I've drank most of the bottle. It's a 375, by the way. This one is from, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember the date. They got laser date codes on them. Let me pull up my sheet here. And on the laser date code on that one, L3121C, that's May 1st, 2003, because they got newer packaging since then. I also got on here noted Johnny Walker Red, July 2nd, 2004, and my JMB was August 25th, 2005. They all came out of that little central western Kansas area, little small town liquor stores where they have older bottlings because it doesn't sell very fast. Oh, yep, everything I just said there. Hayfield, herbal note, savory, some barrel character, yep. Now for the flavor. Again, citrusy. It's got a good savory note, like basil or oregano. It's really got a strong savory note to it. But it's a good one that's combined with the sweetness of the maltiness in it. It's a very good blend. Vanilla. Even this, I'm not. Well, now this time I'm getting honey, and I don't have honey in my notes. There are some wood tannins, yeah, but it's not bad. It's all fairly good. We have a medium length on the finish, and the vanilla really rocks the finish on this. Well, just a tad bit of water, because water actually does not hurt this one. That might have been a little too much, because once we get the water flowing in it, the vanilla comes out and it develops a butterscotch note, a strong butterscotch note, and you still get a little bit of the citrus. That citrus doesn't actually leave. The wood tannins are there too, but they're dialed back just a little bit. They're not unappetizing at all. They're not. They don't interfere with the experience at all. Like sometimes you get too much bitter wood tannins and it puts you off. Not in this case. These are not like that at all. It's a very good blended Scotch. I can't speak about the newer ones. I'm going to have to get one and contrast and compare. But this is worth keeping your eye out for. Any of the older label bottlings on this. I really enjoy it. For a score, I'm going to give it, it's a blend, so I'm going to give it a blend mark. Do it much like Ralphie does. I'm going to give it an 88 out of 100. I'm really impressed with this too. It's really, the J&B was good, but it's only 3 years. The 12 years in this really shines through. I think if you left the J&B in there for 12 years, I think you'd be surprised at what we get with that too. I'd like to see that. I can recommend it. I will recommend it. That little bottle was $17, $16.99. I don't think I got hurt on it at all. I think I did real well with it, even for $3.75. Remember, the spirit in your glass isn't running from you. Take your time, sip it, enjoy it. You'll be better for it. Everyone, have a good day.